Hello everyone, welcome to my remaining 16 predictions. They weren't great. They were absolutely woeful. It's also absolutely sweating in Ireland at the moment, so I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible so I can go back outside and also so I can have the fan on so I can cool the room down while I'm out. Anyway, so let's just get into this and just see what happens. I'm going to say 2-0 Morocco. It was true. I have no... It was 3 one off
Paraguay, France.
again.
I think it's going to be 3-0 France.
No, actually, hold on. So I was 1 off with Morocco, right? They scored the third in like the 90th minute or 89th minute, very late. So the correct result, wrong scoreline. The France game, I predicted 3-0. It was only 1-0, and what a disgusting fucking match that was. Good God, I was actually kind of happy for Paraguay when they beat Germany, but then they just go against France, and rather than playing like they did against Germany, they just decide to be absolute scumbags and just foul constantly. The ref needs to be fucking investigated. He was a fucking disgrace. One of the most dodgy performances, and that had a hallmark FIFA stamp of approval all over. I was trying to think of what I was going to say there. Yeah, absolute disaster, and it was so disgusting that. Well, anyway, I've predicted the correct team to go through twice now, so that's 2 out of 2. I don't know. Mbappe gets 2 goals. Yeah. Elise scores another one. Yeah, we'll go with him. Maybe Rabiot. Mbappe did score, but
I'm going to try to go through these quickly as well, because I actually just don't have any information to give.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't have any information
Brazil,
to give for
Norway,
these ones either.
I think it's going to be 2-1 Brazil, and I think Haaland will only score a consolation goal very late.
Now, Haaland did score very late, but it was for the winner. I got the correct scoreline, but the wrong team, so that's unlucky, but no, look, it is what it is.
Brazil all over this. Norway's defence will let them down. Mexico, England. As I said in my original predictions, Mexico are at home in the Azteca. They've got the height advantage, or like the altitude. They have the weather on their side. I'm going to say 2-1. England have not been convincing. They probably could scumbag their way through another round. But I think Mexico might just do it.
I was wrong. Apparently this is one of the games of the tournament, but every England match apparently is game of the tournament, regardless of what competition it is. 3-2 they went through, unfortunately. Well, look, here we go. They've got Norway up next.
I'm hoping they will. This will be the first goal Mexico concede. Mexico are going to do this. I have full faith in the Mexicans that they are going to win and get rid of the most annoying fan base in the World Cup. Right, next set of matches. We've got Portugal versus Spain, a lovely international derby.
Come on, lad.
I think it's going to be 3-1 Spain. I think
Spain hadn't conceded the goal in this tournament. Yeah, they still haven't. Ronaldo didn't score, because I know what I'm going to say. And Spain go through. Unfortunately, it's a pitiful end for Ronaldo, which is such a shame, because he's... I'm not going to say he deserved better, but you would have expected him to get better. Right, and also just correcting the screen here. I decided to cut off half the screen for whatever reason.
Ronaldo will probably score at some point. Well, this has Spain written all over. I just don't see Portugal doing anything, not with Ronaldo playing. If he came off the bench, you know what, you might stand a chance, but starting him constantly, you're fucked. He's choosing personal glory over the team, and it's causing just the whole team just to fail. USA against Belgium. I'm going to go 2-1 USA. I think they're going to get revenge for 2014. But
I'm not going to even listen to what I have to say. This prediction was done before Balogun's red card was overturned. With discussing decision, Trump shouldn't be involved with FIFA. FIFA shouldn't allow politics to get involved. But that's what you get with the USA. They're just a fucking cesspit of a country and ruin everything that they touch. I don't like the USA, by the way, clearly. But thankfully, you know, there was some form of higher being was looking over us, and Belgium actually trashed them. You'll love to see it. Unfortunately, this game was actually, I didn't see it. It was at 1 a.m. So I didn't see this game, but I'm glad it happened. I woke up and saw a lovely scoreline. I was like, yeah, that's good. All right. We've got Argentina, Egypt next.
I don't really think it's a revenge thing. They were just beaten. But I also just think Belgium just haven't shown up, and they were fucking crap against Senegal. They had a lot of help in that game to get through. The US, I think they're just going to do it. They're going to get through. Argentina against Egypt. I'm going to say it's going to be 2-0, but not very convincing.
Wasn't
Messi will
convincing
score again,
at all.
and I think
Messi did score again.
Let's see, pick a midfielder. Enzo Fernandez will be the first Chelsea player to score in this World Cup.
What a fucking prediction. What a prediction. I'm pretty sure he is the first Chelsea player to score this World Cup, and it was the winner. 2-0 down at the 67th minute. Well, actually 79th minute. And then it was 3 goals in 11 minutes. A couple of dodgy decisions, to be fair. Egypt did have their second goal ruled out. I didn't see anything wrong with the second goal, but I went for dinner at the time, so I actually missed the VAR or the reasoning for why it was ruled out. I don't know. I'm not sure if that should have stood or not, but they ended up getting their second anyway. But yeah, 3-2 win. Argentina keep going on. Switzerland, Colombia. I don't know. I actually I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know what to do with this one as well. I had no idea. I'll say 1-1. It was 0-0. And Jesus Christ, 3-2 pens for Colombia. In fact, I'm actually covering up with my camera. But like, do you know, like, I'm so close with some of my predictions. Where Switzerland, Colombia, I predicted that was going to be a draw. I said 1-1. It was actually 0-0. I also predicted it was going to penalties. Right, which I assume if it's a draw, but you know, a draw could go to extra time and have a winner there. But anyway, I predicted 3-2 penalties to Colombia. It was actually 4-3 to Switzerland. So I was close. Again, my predictions are close. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, so I got 4 correct results. 0 correct predictions in terms of scoreline and the correct team going through. And I got 4 results completely wrong, which brings us on to the quarterfinal predictions for me. Alright, here we go. So I'm not going to go with the predicted scorelines that they have here. I just feel like I got caught up in it last time. So we're also not going to go for the results that I want to happen. You know, I feel like I've fallen into that trap as well. Also, there's a mad fucking design on the wall there from the sun. That's mad. Actually, that's pretty cool. Anyway, alright, let's do this, shall we? So we've got France and Morocco. Will Morocco score? Yes, they'll probably go 1-0 up. I didn't want to go with the popular result, like 3-1 there. First team to score, Morocco. It's either 2-1 or 3-1. I'm thinking France. I'm going to go 2-1 France, but it's going to be very, very narrow. I got to pick a player to score. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we'll go with Diaz. Go on. There you go, lad. Well done. Alright. That's one result done. The second one is Spain-Belgium. I'd like to say Belgium will score, but I don't think they will. In fact, I know I said I didn't want to go with the popular result, but I'm just going to go 1-0 Spain. I don't think Spain are going to score too many here. Despite how bad Belgium have been in some of the games so far. But I can't see Spain conceding, unfortunately. Maybe when they come up against France, there'll be some goals going, but I don't know. Yeah, we're going to say Yamal scores. Right. Norway and England. I want Norway to go through. I think England are going to go through. And I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-2. England typically they usually concede first. But I'm actually going to go for them to score first. And I'm going to go for, where's Bellingham? I think he's going to score. Unfortunately, as much as I want Morocco to go through. I want Belgium to go through. I want Norway to go through. I just don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. Which is so unfortunate. The final matchup is Argentina against Switzerland. Argentina have struggled in the last 2 games when they should have won. With relative ease. Switzerland have done very well against the teams that were in front of them. Colombia being one, and then who was the other one? Algeria, I think it was, in the round of 32. They done well. They done what they needed to do. Here, on the other hand, I think we're going to get more of the same from Argentina. I think they're going to really struggle. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. Messi scoring, of course. I do think he will score. And he is going to score first. And then it's going to go to penalties. I do think Argentina will win on penalties. I think it'll be 4-3 Argentina pens. Because I just can't see Argentina showing up properly the way they should do and steamroll Switzerland. They should be getting steamrolled, but they're narrowly getting through. They're scumbagging their way through. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. They're my predictions. Come on, Morocco. Come on, Belgium. Come on, Norway. And I need Argentina to go through for the draw. I'm in. Right, we'll see what happens on... When is this? Next Wednesday, I think, is when it's over. Maybe Tuesday. We'll see what happens.